It's the sort of security we've seen a lot of since 9/11 at places like airports and seaports and major sporting events. Now, here at the bus station.
To sort of invent the wheel in advance in case we have to, if there ever is specific intelligence requiring us to be here, this way us and our partners are ready to move in at a moment's notice.
What we're looking for are threats to national security as well as immigration law violators.
We're also looking at one of our main initiatives, which is bulk cash smuggling.
And so passengers ready to head toward Orlando, Jacksonville, and points north had to go through a series of checks while Susu from the Tampa Airport Police Department gave the bus his sniff test. It's all part of what Homeland Security calls VIPR, for Visible Intermodal Prevention and Response.
The transition to a police state in America will not be something that you'll see all of a sudden. It'll be very gradual. In fact, we're seeing it now with the increasing use of SWAT team raids in homes across America. Some people estimating 70,000 of these raids a year where the police are going through doors and for such minimal things as someone having an ounce of marijuana. We can really see this though with the TSA's Visible Intermodal Prevention and Response program, which the acronym for it is VIPR. The Transportation Security Administration, or the TSA, is the same group of government agents that have caused such a stir in airports with full-body scanners and aggressive pat-downs. Recently, with the 95-year-old grandmother having to take her diaper off, TSA agents actually looking into a diaper to see what's in there for supposedly ferreting out terrorist activity. Now, thanks to the TSA chief, John Pistol, who is a former FBI agent, the TSA is going to ramp up its activities and include so-called soft targets in their purview. $30 million have been allotted to these so-called soft targets, and for 2009, and $110 million, which means increased agents, increased activities across the country for so-called soft targets. What are soft targets? Well, soft target can be a bridge, it can be a department store, it can be a mall, it can be virtually anything, a school, it can be your home. So what is being offered for the American people, and what we will soon see in every place from airports to bus stations to maybe even your home or to department stores. In fact, before you go into a grocery store, if the activities increase, before you go into a department store, you'll probably be patted down by some kind of government agent. What these VIPR squads are essentially are SWAT teams without warrants. And they can do virtually anything they want in the name of fighting terrorism.
Now, it's not like this sort of security is going to be on display at every bus terminal every time, but the message here is it could be.
That's why we'll be back. We won't say when we'll be back. This is the first time we're doing, but this way the bad guys, if you will, are on notice that we'll be back.
I've written a detailed commentary on this subject. VIPR raids and the American citizen. Dominate, intimidate, and control. Dominate, intimidate, and control, that is the motto of so-called VIPR searches and VIPR teams, and that's exactly what they do. Any footage, and the footage we've shown here on this vodcast of a VIPR squad search in a Tampa bus station shows you how clearly and thorough it can be and intimidating it can be. What we're going to see in 30 to 40 years from today with American citizens is what children are going to be experiencing today, and what I mean by that is all the searches, the invasions of privacy. It's going to become very normal for most people to, for example, be patted down before they go into a drugstore or a grocery store, which will mean that all those provisions in our Constitution that protect us against the police state will be lost to us. Clearly, our Congress has to act. What Americans need today is a comprehensive civil rights law protecting us against unreasonable searches and seizures. We don't want terrorists running around the country. We don't want criminals running around the country. But we don't want average American citizens subjected to the kind of searches and seizures we've seen in former regimes and in some regimes around the world, or otherwise there will be no freedom. And we certainly don't want our children thinking today that these things are normal. If they are normal, then there really is no freedom, and folks, we do live in a police state.